Hi, and welcome to another installment of Math Basics, Mr. Besh. This is another problem on compound probability. So when I read this, usually in probability examples and questions for students of both homework and quizzes, tossing the coin is very common. Sometimes you see this included in just that in the problem, and sometimes they add it to other things like a spinner, a deck of cards, pulling a marble from a bag. All right. So let's get to this. It says a coin is tossed three times. You know what that means? That means I am going to be multiplying three fractions together. Remember, every time you toss a coin, that is an event. And then what happens is each event you have has its own probability. And when you do more than one event, you take your probabilities and you multiply them together. So it says, what is the probability that it lands on tails all three times? Well, when we're talking about the coin, all right, the probability that you flip a coin and it lands on either heads or tails is 1 out of 2. So now I flip the coin once, I get tails, 1 out of 2, multiplied by flip the coin again, land on tails, 1 out of 2. Here we go. Flip the coin a third time, multiplied by, once again, my fraction, 1/2. Now, most students are able to set this up and get right here, and then they do the math, and I see all the time a lot of bad mistakes. Remember, when you multiply fractions, you take the top times the top times the top. And then you take the bottom times the bottom times the bottom. 2 times 2 times 2 makes 8, not 6. I can't tell you how many times I'll see students that look at that are they see the finish line and then they just stop running. All right. Make sure your math makes sense. Make sure you calculate this correctly. All right. That's a big mistake that people have because they see 3 2s, they think or assume it's 6. They don't actually do the math. The actual answer to this question is 1 chance out of 8, or 1/8 as a fraction. Okay. This is that probability of flipping a coin and landing on tails 3 times in a row. That's it. I hope you found this both helpful and informative.